Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of Are You Afraid of Ghosts with me, Rai, where we tell stories on the chilling, the unexplained, the uninvited. In this episode, we are with the theme Horrors at Work. Anything that has to do with hauntings or supernatural experiences at work or during work. Now, to kick things off, I will be sharing with you a story submitted by a listener named Faz, who shared his story about his encounter when he was on duty as a dog handler during routine night training exercise in Lim Chu Kang. Let's begin. Dear Rai, I hope this message finds you well. I would like to share a personal story that has stayed with me for the past 12 years. It happened during my time working as a dog handler on what was meant to be a routine night training exercise in the forested areas of Lim Chu Kang. Coincidentally, it was also my final night shift before my wedding weekend. My father had warned me about this detail, cautioning me against going because of an old Malay belief that newlywed blood is sweet, or also known as darah manis. However, despite the warning, I proceeded with the detail. It was a still and quiet night, just like the usual ones. I deployed my dog to track my partner, who had concealed himself somewhere deep within the forest. The track began normally at first. We walked through it while being focused and precise. It was all okay until my dog abruptly stopped. Instead of continuing forward, he looked up towards a large tree and began barking intensely. I tried to put a strong hold on my dog. Usually, when it barks this aggressive, it signals a threat. I was curious to know what it was barking towards, so I followed its gaze. Just then, I saw a female figure dressed in white but with dirt stained on its garment perched unnaturally on the tree branch. It was a Pontianak. Reacting on instinct, I pulled my dog back, gripping his collar tightly and retreating quickly towards my vehicle. My dog was adamant. It continuously barked towards the entity. I used all my strength to pull my dog back. My partner, noticing my sudden urgency, ran alongside with me without hesitation. He had no clue, but somehow he got the signal. We eventually reached the car, but when I attempted to start the engine, it failed repeatedly. At that moment, the radio came alive with a very loud static, and following that, a woman's laughter escalated into a chilling shriek. This continued for over 20 to 30 seconds in the car. My dog, now in the back seat, growled and barked relentlessly as if something unseen was closing in. In that moment, I began reciting verses from the Quran while my partner held onto his talisman and prayed. After what felt like an eternity, the laughter finally ceased. I turned the key again, and finally this time, the engine started. We immediately drove off and never spoke about the incident again. To this day, it remains one of the most unsettling experiences in my life. However, there is more to it than what you hear. Recently, I have a lot of unexplained incidences that happen to me in my work area. I have actually been going back and forth on whether to write this in, but after months of experiencing things that I cannot explain, I figure out that it might be worth sharing. Whenever I work night shifts, and what happens during those hours has become very unsettling for me. Almost every night, around 1:30 a.m., all the dogs in the surrounding area starts howling at the same time. It's not just random barking. It's very coordinated. Sometimes it will send chills down your spine. Then, just as suddenly as it begins, everything just stops. Complete silence. The kind where the air feels heavy and you can hear even the faintest sound, like a pin dropping somewhere far off. Part of my duties includes prowling the premises, and there's one particular staircase area that I do not like to go. Every time I pass through it, there's this overwhelming, suffocating feeling that as if I am not alone. It is not unease, it feels like something is there watching me, and the air feels thick, almost like as if I want to get out as soon as possible. There have also been physical encounters while I'm on duty. While on prowling, I've personally felt what seemed like someone tugging at my duty belt from behind. It was hard enough to make me lose my balance and stumble back. I spun around instantly, but again, I don't see anyone. And in the office, things don't get any better. The chairs in front of us, the empty ones, will slowly lean back as if someone was sitting on it. But then, no one was touching it, and there was nothing to push them away. Just movements where there shouldn't be any. Then, there's the sound of keyboards at night. Clear, distinct typing like someone working away at a desk. We've checked multiple times, thinking that maybe someone stayed behind, but every workstation is empty. And the strangest one of all, food goes missing. You leave something on the table, you step away for a bit, and when you come back, it's gone. No one admits to taking the food, but it has happened too many times to be such a coincidence or perhaps forgetfulness. I don't know what to make out of all of this. Maybe there's a logical explanation that we just haven't found out, but when you're there in the silence of night, experiencing it firsthand, it doesn't feel logical at all. My name is Faz. I would love to hear your thoughts on what might be going on in my workplace. That's the end of Faz's story. Faz, thank you so much for sending me the story, and thank you so much for sending me whatever is happening in your workplace. I do wish you all the best, and I'm not sure why it may be happening, but perhaps the audiences that are listening right now can help you. If you are listening to this, and if you think that you have solutions for Faz, please drop it in the comments below so that I can compile them and email it back to him. It seems that he is in need of help. But other than that, I hope you have enjoyed today's story. If you do, please don't forget to comment, like, share, and rate this podcast so that we can continue to share the fear of ghosts to others too.